Here inside Selland Arena in Fresno, California, Ed Alcaraz, Manny Nunez making the call in this Division II Central Section final between the Redwood Rangers and the Monache Marauders. Monache comes into this game ranked first in the East Yosemite League, and they're the top seed in the Division II section. They come in with a record of 22-2. How they got here, they defeated Madera and Clovis North for Redwood. They finished off with a record of 21-5, third in the West Yosemite League, but they earned the number 3 seed coming here. How they got here, they defeated Tulare Western and Garces. And here in this central section, it's kind of been a theme nonetheless for the Marauders. They're coming in, defending their title from last year, defeating Yosemite by a final of 58-51. It's been kind of a trend where the two teams, as a matter of fact, who won the central section just a short time ago, Central Valley won. They won the Central Section championship last year, and then just now with Brian making the call, it was Fresno Pacific who defended their title as well. So for this team, third time might be a charm here, as the third team is here defending their title.
And I tell you, there's no feeling like, having to come in saying, this is our title. This is something you're going to have to take from us. As the old saying goes, to be the man, to be the woman, you got to beat the woman. And in this case, it's going to be no easy task for Redwood. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, exactly. As we talk about the Marauders here, last year's team is pretty much a replica from this year's squad. They're coming in averaging about 60 to 65 points a game, and they've really not let a lot go get past them nonetheless. And really, three teams, when you say that everyone's coming back from last year and there's only 3 seniors on this team for this year, this team, historically right now, they're basically trying to solidify if they can win it this year. They might have a little dynasty in their hands if they can make it back-to-back.
And there's a fine mixture of what you want to do when you bring in maybe 2 or 3 new players per team. That's an ideal situation. You're not able to do that all the time. Sometimes you're senior heavy, sometimes you're freshman heavy, and you have to deal accordingly. But ideally, what you want to do is to try to get that fine mix. And as you had stated, there aren't many kids that are going to be moving on from this team. The core here, you're going to lose some good players, but the core is definitely going to be something to be looked at for the 2012-2013 season. But getting ahead of ourselves, let's focus back on the task for both of these teams at hand tonight.
Yeah, you talk about Monache here. They come in averaging defensively 23 steals per game. Most of these girls are averaging more steals than assists, more steals than rebounds. It's really just quite phenomenal what head coach Herb Abiog has really put to this program. But if you look at Redwood, though, first year for head coach Jason Black, and really is kind of just trying to turn over this whole program around. And this is pretty much new territory in a way for this Redwood squad. But again, Redwood, they're coming in for the first time in quite a while here at the Selland Arena. What is it going to take to get over this really, I would think, this big David versus Goliath matchup?
Well, I'll tell you, first and foremost, we've seen in the first couple of games here so far in the CIF Central Championships here at Selland Arena. What I think if you're Redwood, what you've got to do is, what got us here? What got us these 21 victories? What got us this number 3 ranking? We need to stay within that. You know what? Yeah, we're playing the top seed here. They've got 2 losses. If anything, I would have tried to focus more on how they lost those 2 than how they won those 21. You're going to give respect to the top seed, but not too much where it's going to take yourself out of the ballgame before you even go to tip-off.
Starting lineups here. First off for the Redwood Rangers, playing at the 5'10" starter position. Number 5, Carissa Turley. Number 10, Annalisa Pacheco. Number 12, Priscilla Wright. Number 21, Jordan Surface. And number 32, Ariana Antunovich. For Monache, number 5, Selena Montgomery. Number 12, Janae Alcantar. Number 20, Emily Hardin. Number 23, Dominique Pilkington. And number 42, Alexandria Toby. As Redwood knocks down a 3, they strike first blood. It's now a 3-0 ball game underway here in the Division II Central Section Girls Finals here inside Selland Arena in Fresno, California. Responding back, Monache getting the bucket now, a 3-2 ball game. Really fast-paced. Redwood with the ball, a whistle and a foul, a reach-in called against Selena Montgomery. Inbound pass here for Redwood.
I'll tell you, these first 38 seconds, we've got 5 points, and not to be misled as the game previously, as we had a great first half of a lot of scoring. We pick up our first foul here with a little bit under a half a minute used in this ball game. And getting back to just I think, are these teams even? I wouldn't necessarily say that, but at 1 and 3, you've got to have earned those seedings. And if you're the number 3 seed, I think you have, to me, a little bit more wiggle room. You know what? We don't have to worry about being that top spot. That said, it's going to be a very tough road here in this game for the Redwood Rangers.
And as you see there, not a steal, but instead a turnover forced there by Monache. A drive there by Dominic Pilkington goes inside. The key gets into a sea of blue, but instead draws the foul on the play. She'll go to the line for 2. It'll be called against number 12, Priscilla Wright. That'll be your first team foul for Redwood.
We've got a couple of fouls here to go with the 3-pointer in the regular deuce here so far in this ball game.
First free throw falls true for Pilkington. It's now a 3-3 ball game again. 22-2 come in the Martyrs, defending their title from last year. Redwood 21-5 for first-year head coach Jason Black. Second free throw no good, picked up by Redwood. Trying to go against the double team, but again, Pilkington on the steal, going by herself, loses control, goes over the defender, goes for the shot, instead lost control, but gets the ball blocked out of bounds. It'll be an inbound pass here for Monache at the baseline and another basket.
And I tell you got to like the aggressiveness so far of the Marauders. They're knotted up at 3, but I don't think if they continue to play the way they do with this aggressiveness.
Alcantar trying to get the layup and instead runs right into Annalisa Pacheco. That'll be a charging foul.
And speaking of Alcantar, the center there for the Marauders, she's averaging 17.6 points on the season.
Yeah, she'll be the big name that we might talk about here tonight. Here's a fast break opportunity, but instead slowed down as Redwood tries to reset the offense. A chance at the baseline. Here's Carissa Turley laying it up off the block, though out of bounds. It'll be an inbound for Redwood at the baseline. 6:29 to go in the first quarter. Tied up at 3 apiece. On the inbound, far pass on top of the key, down to Pacheco. Pacheco now moves over, spin move, kick pass down to Turley. Turley loses control. Ball is mauled there up at the far side, just off the key. It'll be a jump ball, possession error pointing to Monache.
Right there, the Marauders just showed they wanted that a little bit more. Able to get possession. Here, knotted up at 3.
Again, just joining us here, they average 23 steals per game. They love the full court press. They love the double team, and that's why they're one of the toughest teams to beat in Division II. On the kick out is Toby. Toby on the layup, front rim, no good. Loose ball on the near side and picked up was Pilkington. Now the top of the key, here's Harden. Harden inside finds Toby, layup no good. Second chance though, taken away as a foul call was made there by Antonovich of Redwood.
I tell you, they're able to spread the ball around. The Marauders here are on this offensive possession. But Redwood showing that, you know what, we're going to stick with you, and we can get physical too.
3 ball by Alcantar, no good, picked up by Redwood on the chance. Losing her balance though was Annalisa Pacheco as she tried to find a defender, player cross pass. And it'll be a turnover. Another chance here for Monache to regain the lead.
And that right foot landing before she was able to get a pass off to her teammate, and it's going to go back to Monache.
Pilkington on the spin move right through 2 Redwood defenders, a whistle and a foul.
I tell you, we've had a lot of whistle calling here in the first 2 minutes and 15 seconds of this ball game. But it goes to show that's another aspect that you're not really able to cover. Sometimes the officials kind of push their way into the ballgame where they're going to call a tight game or kind of step back and let you kind of play a little bit more of a loose interpretation of the rules. But here so far, we've had a lot of whistles, so I think we can kind of tell that the referees are definitely going to stay on top and control this ballgame. Yeah,
definitely. When you see a lot of fast break opportunities, the whistle's going to be right in the mouth of the referees. There might be, more often than not, there'll be calls that'll pretty much be going either way. So, and already we've seen a combined total of 5 fouls in not even 2 minutes of play here. So, nonetheless, free throws here for Priscilla White. Actually, got the foul at the line here. Will be Dominique Pilkington. First free throw up, back rim, no good. Correction. It'll be Gisela Dildelau. Still tied at 3, 5:45 to go in the first quarter. This is the Division II Central Section Championships. Second free throw up and good, so that'll be the first lead of the night here for the Marauders. Ball is loose as Redwood trying to find a player, but instead gave it right to a white jersey. On the pickup was Montgomery. but it'll be a whistle and a foul called against Monache. It'll be against Gisela Dildalau. Correction, it'll be actually against Redwood. It'll be Annalisa Pacheco. That'll be the fourth team foul already for Redwood. Not even 3 minutes in. A fast break chance, layup opportunity by Pilkington, no good. But a second chance here, an opportunity there for Montgomery, no good. A whistle. It'll be out of bounds off of Monache. Inbound pass here for Redwood.
Well, the Rangers holding their own there in the paint. As they're going to get possession of this.
And again, there's that full court press that Monache really embraces. A chance here by Valdez, no good. Second chance opportunity there. The layup by Carter, no, but a whistle and another foul.
Toby there to make it a tough shot. Didn't go, but they're going to go ahead and the Rangers will and try to tie up this ball game.
Toby with the foul, first free throw for Priscilla Wright, up and good. Tied up at 4 apiece, 5:18 to go. Already 7 fouls here. Barely 3 minutes in. Second chance, no good. Rebounded by Monache. Though a great steal as he sticks a hand up, but instead Monache gets right back on top. Here's Harden with the ball. Kicks it over on the far side to Priscilla Wright. 3-ball, no good. Rebounded by Redwood. Carter with it. Kicks it over across court down to Pacheco. Pacheco now half court. Down to Carter. Carter off. Ball is loose on the steal attempt there by Alcantar, but she reaches in for the foul. That'll be her second.
I tell you, you got to like the aggressiveness so far that we've seen here in this game. Although the fact that we're getting a lot of calls, it's going to show that both of these teams are going to leave it out here on the court tonight. And they're pulling out all the stops.
Again, both teams showing no mercy. Monache coming in 22-2, defending their title. Redwood 21-5 under new head coach Jason Black. Another whistle. Ball tipped out of bounds off of Monache. Inbound pass here for Redwood on the baseline. 3 minutes in. 4-4 the score. 4 fouls for each team. 8 combined. Cross-court pass, a 3-ball for Valdez. Back rim, no good. Rebounded, though, by Turley. Ball is loose, a whistle and a jump ball as Alcantar tangled up with Turley. It'll be possession for Redwood.
I tell you right there, the center, Alexandria Toby, is right there to get her share of the rebound, if you would.
Kick out inside the key down to Carter, no good. Rebound, though, picked up by Toby. A whistle, ball tipped away as Redwood tried to knock it off and get a second chance, but instead Monache will get it back.
Oh, it started out really quick. In the first 30 seconds, we had 5 points. They've definitely slowed down the pace here, as both teams have had their share of turnovers and as well as of committing fouls.
Pilkington with it, cross-court pass, down inside the key to Toby. A whistle and another foul. Shot no good. The foul will be against number 10, Annalisa Pacheco. That'll be her second.
They're going to go ahead and put the center, Toby. And the line of scrimmages. I'm telling you, I still got football on the mind. I'm either looking forward to it or I just haven't shaken it off from last season.
When arena football starts next weekend, but the NFL, the Super Bowl just happened about a month ago, so nonetheless, second free throw up, and that's good. First one did not fall through. It's a 5-4 Monache lead. Subbing coming in here will be Harden checking in. She came in as a starter for Monache. Again, a 5-4 ball game, 9 fouls combined here for both teams. 4:20 to go here in this first quarter of play. Redwood with a great spin move by Valdez on the layup, no good. A second chance by Carter. Can't get it in, but another foul.
I tell you, Taylor Carter right there was set up perfectly to be fed that pass, and she wasn't able to get the bucket down, but she's at the free throw line, and it seems like I said, these whistles have controlled this ball game here early on.
Free throw by Carter up and no good. The foul call was against Gisela Dildalau. That's her first. 5 team fouls for Monache, another 5 for Redwood. Might see already teams in the bonus with about maybe 2 to 3 minutes left to go in this quarter. It's not that the refs are really controlling the game. It's just that pretty much that's how these two teams want to basically play it out. It's been a fair call game so far, but it's been very aggressive here in these first 4 minutes. With the ball is Harden, getting heavily pressured. Top of the key, now down to Toby. Toby now swings over inside the key, laying it up off the glass on the jumper. No good. Rebounded, though, by Redwood. Again, tied up at 5 apiece. Cross-court pass down to Turley. Turley, near side pass down to Wright. 3-ball, rims out, no good. Who's going to get the rebound on the tangle? And it's going to be Carter. Carter tries to find Turley up on the baseline, though on the tip was Emily Harden. Ball goes out of bounds.
You got to like that play from the sophomore. Almost was able to get possession there, but instead knocked it out into that play.
Here's Carter in the layup on the spin move. No good. Rebounded there by Lopez of Monache. Redwood loosening up on the defense, but instead it'll be a whistle and a turnover enforced by Monache on the I believe it was either an over and back or a double dribble call. Nonetheless, it'll be a turnover here from Monache.
Here the Rangers get the ball back, and with the score 5-5, nobody's really chosen to open up this game.
Trying to find a gap was Alexis Gutierrez, but she got squeezed in a little too tightly. Window and close for the foul against Monache. It'll be against number 14, Casey Williams. Already 16 fouls, and how about this? 4.5 minutes in, and already it'll be free throws here for every foul called against Monache. It'll be bonus situation at this point. Kick out pass down on the inbound to Valdez. Valdez now just near half court, cross court pass to Turley. Turley now drives over inside the key. A 10-foot jumper finds the bucket. 7-5 the score. Monache now trying to hustle back on the offensive end. Doldalau loses the ball, and here comes Gutierrez on a 1-on-2. Lost control of it. Back on top of it is Turley. Turley now gives it over, top of the key, down to Valdez. Valdez backs away near half court. 2:55 to go in the first quarter. Turns his back to the defender, but I guess what took one too many steps on the spin move. She'll turn the ball over on the travel call.
And I tell you, I mean, there's an aggressiveness that you're going to play on defense. You're going to get the fouls called, but we're starting to see, as well as on the offensive side, the aggressiveness I should say is actually carrying over to pretty much cover all aspects of this ball game here.
And talk about being aggressive. Redwood really just bringing up some double team opportunities there, but instead Janae Alcatar all by herself on the jumper, and that's up and good. Tied up at 7 apiece. Redwood wasting no time on the hustle. Great spin move by Gutierrez. Kicks it over to Carter, laying it up off the glass, and that'll go in. 9-7. Redwood regains the lead. Now Redwood on the full court press, and a great steal. Getting in front of it is Turley. Turley, far side pass now to Valdez. Had an open 3-ball, but lost it. Ball goes out.
There, just a little bit out of the reach of the ball. She wasn't able to come down with that ball. She was set up too to try to drain the 3 there. Had nobody around her.
And she was tapping her toes too. She knew she had a wide open shot. Could have made it a 5-point game, and instead a turnover here from Monache to tie this game, if not take the lead again. 3-ball, long one there by Selena Montgomery, up and good. 10-9 the score. Back on top by 1 with just over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter of play. Gutierrez gets called for the double dribble there as she went over and under. It'll be another turnover here for Redwood. And you look at these two teams again, aggression has been the key factor. Monache now backing away just because they know that they've already picked up 6 teams fouls and not even 5 minutes of play. So they're trying to play a little bit more loose, not give them free points here at this stage of the game.
And that's a key point that you just brought up as far as being loose. That could totally be that these teams here are just wound a little bit too tight. Just kind of, if you're coaches for either side with the score so close, you know, you just want to reiterate, we're here, we just got to play our game. We got to play our game, you know, and set the tempo of this.
Toby getting double teamed, but finds Dominique Pilkington wide open inside the key, laying it up and good. 12-9, Monache, biggest lead of the night at 3, but a steal underneath the baseline, though Redwood falls right back on top. 1:18 to go here in this first quarter. 12-9, Monache on top by 3. Kick over down to Carter, but instead it goes off the knees of Monache. Ball out of bounds. Another inbound pass here for Redwood at the baseline.
And here early on, down by 3, I mean, we haven't had a ton of scoring here. We've had the opportunities, but Haven't really seen a lot of scoring.
All by herself for the 3 ball is Valdez, up and bingo! Tying it up at 12 apiece here. 1:05 to go in this first quarter of play. Redwood on the full court press now backs away. On the fast break, kick out pass down to Montgomery. 3 ball, front rim, no good. On the tangle up, though, with the rebound is Taylor Carter of Redwood. 50 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. A quick timeout called here by Jason Black. 12-12 the score here, 47.8 to go in the first quarter play here in the CIF Division II Central Section Finals between Monache and Redwood.
You can watch highlights or replay of today's game in our on-demand section, and you can also buy a DVD or Blu-ray of today's game right on CIFCentral.tv. Click on Buy DVD and you can order today's game right now. Have a game that lasts a lifetime, brought to you by CIFCentral.tv.
12-12 the score here, 47.8 to go. And as we've been talking about here, the referees have been, seeing these girls have been playing very aggressive, but they've got to make the calls nonetheless. And already, Monache has enforced Redwood in the bonus, picking up 6 fouls in the first 4.5 minutes of play. And since that time, this team averaging 23 steals a game. Pretty much their defensive aggression has kind of been taken away a little bit, and route to some easy buckets here for Redwood.
And I don't think that that's going to continue to be the theme of this game. Like I said, going back to maybe both teams just kind of settling and slowing this pace down, maybe easing off of the aggressiveness, seeing as how we've got 6 and 5 team fouls respectively. You can't really afford to risk losing key components of your offense and or defense. So I think as the game kind of moves on, you're going to see both teams just kind of back off a little bit, give the other team a little bit of space. We're going to have to see who capitalizes on that.
Agreed, and especially for Redwood, too. They've already got 5 fouls, so 11 combined total. So obviously another foul here for Redwood, and that'll put Monache to the line. So they're going to play a little bit loose so they don't get the chance of free points. But then again, a great chance on a block. Second chance opportunity there for number 11, Alexis Gutierrez. Jumper up and good. A 6-foot jumper at that, 14-12. Redwood on top by 2.
I tell you got to like that effort. She's able to get her hands on the ball, throw it on in, and give Redwood a 2-point lead here. And we've definitely got 2 student sections that are into this ball game, and let's see as the game goes on how much more they become a factor here.
Yeah, especially if it becomes a tight game here at that here. Both of the last 2 games have been kind of wide open for the defending champions of Fresno Pacific and Central Valley, taking a complete advantage in the second half. Whistle and another turnover here for Redwood. Fast break chance on the layup is Jess Campbell-Bide, up and good, 16-12, pushing the lead up to 4. 13 seconds and counting. Fast break chance, here's Montgomery. Montgomery on a 1-on-2 break, laying it up, back rim, no good. A tangle up underneath the basket. Jump ball, possession arrow to Monache.
And just as I said they were going to back off the aggressiveness, we saw 2 plays where the aggressiveness totally came into play as Redwood here expands their lead to 4.
Alcantara on the top of the key, with a jumper, no good, off the side of the free throw line. Clock ticks now at 0. That was the last shot of the game there. Redwood on top, 16-12, after 1 quarter of play here in the CIF Central Section Division II Girls Championships between Redwood and Monache.
Looking for a great place to advertise your business while reaching the greater high school community? Then you want to advertise on CIFCentral.tv. We have great rates for your business while giving you the opportunity to get your message out to a very important demographic. For more information, give us a call at 619-677-3246.
Redwood on top here, 16-12 in the CIF Division II Central Section Championships. And again, Redwood under new head coach Jason Black, coming in with a record of 21-5, playing against a team who, again, is averaging pretty much more steals than I can ever get in a lifetime during pickup basketball. 23 steals a game nonetheless, and really Redwood has really controlled this whole tempo in this first quarter. Once Monache got into foul trouble within the first 5 minutes, they found some open shots, and hence they picked up a big run to take the lead.
And that's not how you want it. That's not how you draw it up. That's not how you practice it. That's not how you execute. Unfortunately, that's kind of the hole that they've dug themselves in. They're down by 4 here as we start the second quarter. 4 points, though, for a team that is coming in as the #1 seed. It's no big deal if you can stay within what you do best. And I'm pretty sure that Monache will do that and stay in this ball game.
Yeah, definitely. This team is down, but they're down right now. But I can tell you right now, with their experience, they're definitely not out. Redwood now with the ball. Smart move there by Tania Valdez, getting it off of Montgomery's leg to get a chance for Redwood to reset the offense on the baseline out of bounds pass. 9 seconds into this second quarter. Redwood on top here by 4. Top of the key pass down to Gutierrez. Great move there by Priscilla Wright, laying it up, front rim, no good. Rebounded, picked up by Pilkington. Pilkington finding all by himself, Janae Alcantar trying to go up on the layup, but instead getting right in front was Tania Valdez. She'll get called for the foul.
That pass leading her a little bit too far. She wasn't able to keep her footing underneath her to be able to get off as good a shot as she would have liked to. Didn't come up with the 2 points, but she's got a chance to make up for it right here as she approaches the foul line.
Alcantar at the line here, again down by 4. First free throw rims in and out, no good. Checking back in, Jordan Surface for Redwood. Second free throw up, finds the bottom of the bucket. It's now back to one possession game, 16-13, 7:38 to go.
And you kind of have to, you like the fact that both teams have gotten it. You don't like that they've gotten into foul trouble, but the fact that they've managed to kind of adjust their type of style, their type of tempo on how they're playing.
A 3 ball there, nothing but air. Rebounded here, picked up by Toby of Monache. A chance to cut it to 1. A layup on the 2-on-1, no good. Redwood now with the ball. Monache working on the full court press. A steal chance there by Emily Harden goes. Actually, she let go of the ball because he knew that there was no blue right in front. It'll be a turnover for Redwood.
And I'll tell you, that's uncharacteristic for one of the star players there, Caressa Turley, to give the ball up.
A layup there, rims in and out, rebounded by Redwood. A whistle and a grabbing foul called against Pilkington. That'll be foul number 7 for Monache. 1-on-1 situation for Redwood.
And I tell you, these whistles being commonplace here so far in this first half. You got to think what type of speech either coach is going to have to come in and say, you know what, got to back off a little, within still playing within our game, what it is we're trying to do. But like I said, it's just been a constant tweet, if you would, and not the kind that most of us follow on the internet.
Free throw there by Camelby, no good. Ball goes out of bounds off the hands of Monache. 7 minutes exactly to go here in this first half of play. On the inbound, top of the key pass, down to Camelby, kicks it over, swings on the near side to Pacheco. Pacheco tries to find a player inside the key, but instead it's picked up by Monache. Here we go on the fast break. Alcantar gets enforced. 1-on-3, a layup opportunity, no good, hits the side of the rim, a tangle up, and Redwood ends up with it. Cross-court pass now to Priscilla Wright. 6:38 to go here. A fake 3 ball. Trying to find Camelby, but instead they saw a sea of white on the play.
Seems like on these last 2 passes, they've both been misguided to no one actually going back into a Marauder's hands, but the other one just was pretty much to nobody.
And there's a fundamental play between Alcantar and Alexandria Toby, laying it up and good. Lead down to 1 for Redwood, 16-15. And now Monache now not letting up here on defense. They know that free throws would be coming if any foul calls picked up, but they brought back the full court press. Though the ball goes out of bounds on the tip, it'll be Redwood ball, but now at this point, they know that Redwood can take advantage of even the slightest Monache mistake, and now they're pretty much bringing back that full court press to pretty much turn that table around. Redwood now with the ball. Side pass down to Pacheco. 3 ball, side of the rim, no good. Tangled up as Monache ends up with a rebound. Gets over the 2 Redwood defenders. Kick out pass down to Toby on the near side. Toby on a 1-on-2, laying it up, no good. Rebounded by Carter. Ball tangled up. A whistle on the loose ball foul to be called against Monache and Alexandria Toby.
And I'll tell you there was just a mix-up. That ball didn't want to end up in anybody's hands. But unfortunately, in trying to go for it, a foul was committed.
Toby, that's her second. 8th team foul for the Marauders. Redwood on top 16-15. Taylor Carter at the line here shooting 1 and the bonus. First free throw up. That'll go in. Back up to 2. Again, Monache coming in, defending their title from last year. They took down Yosemite, a 7-point victory. Second free throw hits every part of the rim, and that'll go in. Still a one-possession game, 18-15 with 5:45 and counting here in the first half. Pilkington trying to go all by herself, but instead runs right over Pacheco. Pacheco with the foul. That'll be her, and that'll be a third. Correction, that'll be against number 21, Jordan Surface. That'll be her second. Nonetheless, foul trouble here for two players for Redwood. Pacheco would have been called for a third, but instead two fouls for her. And Surface, that's her second. First free throw for Pilkington. Up and true. It's now a 2-point game. 5:40 to go here in this first half.
Number 23 on that free throw, just nice fluid delivery there. And she's able to sink the second one as well.
Yeah, very fundamental indeed. Second free throw up and falls in, 18-17. 5:35 to go. Antonovich loses the ball. A chance here for Harding to get the lead back here for Monache, laying it up and good. 19-18, 5:20 to go. Surface with it, again loses the ball. Back-to-back turnovers here for Redwood. A fast break opportunity. Here's Pilkington laying it up. A spin move and good, 21-18.
And I tell you, she looked to think of maybe dishing it back out. Decided to keep it, go up and get the 2.
And keeping it there was Turley, laying it up, no good. Monache back on top of the rebound, but a great steal there by Redwood. Ball is loose up on the baseline. It'll be out of bounds just off the hands of Toby. Went for a steal, but instead found the red sideline.
There, they were able to keep possession. The Rangers were. They really, just the momentum of this here in the second quarter is just changed in favor of the champs.
A 3-ball by Turley, back rim, no good. Rebounded by Toby of Monache. Redwood back on the full court press. A whistle and a timeout called here by Monache. That'll be their first of the night. 21-18, 4:38 to go in the first half. You're watching the CIF Central Division II Championships here on CIFCentral.tv.
Want to have your game broadcast live on the internet and be able to watch it again and again on demand while making money for your sports program? Want to give your students the opportunity to create their own broadcasts for your school's athletic events? Then contact us at info@kbcsports.com. We offer season packages for schools, a full curriculum for your students, and an opportunity to raise $10,000 for your sports program. Again, that's info@kbcsports.com, or feel free to give us a call at 619-677-3246.
You know, when we did the first game between Central Valley Christian and Kings Christian had the lead going into that second quarter. They lost it, they panicked, and they ended up getting blown out. It's looking to be kind of like the same story here. Monache again, they suffered a deficit, brought back the full court press, now they're on top by 3. If you're Redwood, do you panic right away?
I don't think you do panic. I think that you've got a solid squad here overall, aside from your starting 5, that you can turn to, that you can bring players and kind of mix and match. There's a reason why they are where they are, first and foremost. It wasn't just the starting 5 as a lot of teams seem to be. You know, that I think they're 8-9 deep, that they can definitely mix and match the parts to stay here with the champs.
A kick-out pass to Duldalau. Took one too many steps on the travel. Another turnover here. It's been kind of another story here. Both teams forcing big turnovers, though Monache just a little bit higher in that category. A kick out inside, the key pass down to Priscilla Wright. A whistle and a foul called against Monache there on the play. It'll be against Toby, and that'll be her third. And that's big news. That's their 6'0" center, tallest player in the squad.
And on the flip side of that, you want to take advantage of the fouls that you are going to get, the gimmies, if you would. And here we see a miss and yet another miss on both of those free throws when you had a chance to bring your team back within one, unable to execute. Yeah,
the Monache fans were not happy about that foul call, but again, both free throws did not fall true, but on the inbound pass there for Monache on the fast break, it goes for naught. So Redwood picks up the ball here, down by 3. 4:14 to go here in this first half. Inside Selland Arena in Fresno, California. Inside the key, there is Wright. A 3-ball by Carissa Turley. Bingo! Ties it up at 21.
And just like that, we're back where we started.
Now 21 apiece here, under 4 minutes to go here in this first half. Pilkington getting pressured up on the far side, tries to find a lane, instead kicks it over to Harden. Harden, leaning jumper up and good, 23-21. 3:35 to go. Redwood trying to speed things up on offense. With the ball now is Pacheco. Pacheco, far side pass. Now the top of the key, great steal there, attempt by Alcantar. Alcantar trying to go on the fast break, one-on-one, laying it up, back rim, no good. Though a second chance opportunity blocked away. A 3-ball by Alcantar on the foul, and bingo! Oh my goodness! Janae Alcantar! Drawing the foul on the 3-ball, she'll get a 4-point play opportunity.
And that wasn't any tippy-tap foul. She went to the ground there, near the near side of us, with a chance to make this a 6-point lead here for Monache with a little bit over 3 minutes to go. And you gotta like that play, just the poise to be able to stay with the shot while taking your own shot as you're going to the ground.
And the 4-point play is successful. Alcantar picking up the foul, and that's a big one at that, because that puts it at a 2-possession game, 27-21. Right now, Monache gets another steal. Alcantar, oh my goodness, on the steal, up and good. It's been the Janae Alcantar show in these last 15 seconds. And another whistle. Monache trying to go for another steal, but it goes out of bounds.
And I tell you what, just like that it happened.
It happened indeed. Another loose ball up on the baseline, goes off the knees of Camelbide. Correction, it'll be off of Valdez. Nonetheless, it'll be Monache ball anyway. Loose ball on the play, and wow, Monache, they're not letting up anymore. I mean, they are doing a phenomenal job here in this last minute. I mean, on that 4-point play, and then you get the easy bucket there by Alcantar in the steal. It's been 6 points in this last 15 seconds here for Monache to blow it wide open. Another layup there, this time by Dominique Pilkington. And now a timeout call by Redwood. And like we talked about earlier, it seems like now at this point, Monache is not letting up anymore. Get the full court press and see, they basically had it to their advantage. 31-21, 2:54 to go here in the Division II Central Section Championships.
KBCSports.com will be providing live audio coverage of the State Regional Basketball Championships as well as the finals. March Madness comes to high school basketball in California on March 17th for the Regional Basketball Championships. 4 venues of coverage around the state. Then, the following weekend of March 23rd and 24th, it's the California State Basketball Championships. You can catch it all on KBCSports.com, your home for high school sports.
Oh, we're not done here tonight, folks. The last game will be Tulare Union taking on Santa Joaquin Memorial in the Division II Boys Championships. It's 4 games in one day. We got 6 tomorrow. So if you love basketball, this is your month to do it. You got college basketball, March Madness, and you've got as many regional and state championship basketball games right here on Play On Sports and KBCSports.com in affiliation with the CIF section networks.
And I'll tell you what, aside from the fact that it's going to be the boys Division II championships, an added treat, Brian Vilvin is going to be calling the game with you.
That's right.
I tell you, that's an added bonus for you fans out there.
I mean, if you have not heard Brian Vilvin call, my goodness, him and I pairing up, you're gonna want to stick around for this last game. Right. Another turnover, speaking of, for Monache, as they get the inbound pass, the 3-ball gets blocked off by Wilkinson. I'm telling you, Monache, now the fans are in it. I mean, this team is this is incredible. This is just quite amazing what Monache has really just turned it around, getting 8 points in the last minute and a half. The ball has not been in Redwood's side this entire time in this last minute. quite phenomenal at that.
And I tell you, that's the thing with momentum. It swings just that fast. As you went from a tight ball game that was, where the lead was changing hands back and forth to a 10-point lead going into the half with just over 2.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
A whistle and a foul on the shot attempt by Harden.
Foul on the shot charge for number 23.
It'll be against number 23, Jess Camelby. That'll be her first. The double bonus here for Monache. At the line will be number 20, Emily Harden. First free throw up and good.
And you want to contribute to the stat sheet in a positive way, but looking as what we've got over here, there's people that have got multiple fouls with no points on the board.
And that's really hard to come by. Monache still on that full court press. Finally, they cross half court. Before that, they were down by 1. Now it's a 12-point deficit. First time they've crossed half court since then. Shot, no good. Second chance there by Turley, up and good. Cut down to 10 with 2:15 to go. A whistle, ball goes out of bounds off the feet of Valdez. It'll be Monache ball. Well, now the refs might be thinking about this here. They might say it might have been off of Monache, but instead they're going to keep the call here for Monache ball. 2:15 to go here. Monache on top by 10. Pilkington, crosses half court. Now we'll see if she'll try to take it herself instead of lose the ball on the stick out. Up on the near side, trying to find lane, instead backs away. Ball goes out of bounds as she tried to kick it over to Dildalau, but instead moved away from the ball to be a turnover here for the Marauders.
Yeah, just a bit of a miscommunication there between, they both kind of looked at each other after the ball went out of bounds.
Oh, an unfortunate play there as Pilkington ends up with the ball. Cross-court pass down to Alcaraz. 3 ball on the way, back rim, no good. Rebounded by Redwood. Monache back on the full court press on the double team, as a matter of fact, inside their own zone. Now crossing over half court. Turley with the ball, top of the key, now moves over near side, finds a lane, tries to go for the layup. Will the shot count? No, it'll be a 2-shot foul instead. She said the foul was called on the floor. There'll be 2 free throws here for Turley.
I tell you, that's one of the hardest things to do. She seems like she took it from coast to coast there. I don't think I've, in my entire life, dribbled a basketball the length of a basketball court. I'm impressed there. I really am. And even more impressed if she's able to make these 2 and make it an 8-point ball game here for Redwood.
Instead misses the first free throw. The foul was called against Gisela Dildalau. That'll be her second. Turley at the line for the second of 2. Free throw up, and that's good. Now a single-digit game, 33-24, and 94 seconds to go in the first half of play. Pilkington crossing half court. Now moves over top of the key. Now far side. Kicks it over to Dildalau. Dildalau at the free throw line. Tries to find a player inside the key and finds Alcantar. Alcantar gives it over to Harden. Air ball, no good. A whistle, another foul as ball went out of bounds off the knees of Montgomery. It'll be Redwood ball. This is a chance here for the Rangers to maybe cut it to 7, if not 5, before the break. They'll take a deficit if it's that tight. But on the double team, and a great steal there by Dildalau, laying it up, no good, but it's off the hands of Priscilla Wright going for the rebound.
And I tell you, coming in, Turley was going to be a big component of the offense for Redwood, but it just seems like it's just a little bit off kilter. Doesn't seem to be really to have found a rhythm here for Redwood, and they're going to need her closing out this first half, heading into the second half.
Alcantar, no look, pass down to Montgomery, up and good. 35-24. Now a long pass down to Bogan for Redwood. Trying to do a no-look behind the pack pass, but instead a little bit too fancy there as it goes out of bounds. Another turnover here for the Rangers. Not what you wanted to do there, and I can see the head coach, Jason Black, saying, hey, let's stick with the fundamentals here. That's not what we needed there. I know it would have been a great play, but instead it's a turnover here. It's back to a double-digit lead here from Monache.
I tell you, sometimes there's a call for fancy passing, but when you're down by 11, you want to stick to pretty much straightforward things that are going to keep the ball in your possession. And they weren't able to do that, the Rangers.
Turley going by herself coast to coast, laying it up, no good. A rebound, though. Second chance by Valdez, back rim, no good. A third opportunity here for Redwood, as they try to reset the offense. 18 seconds ago. 3-ball by Priscilla Wright. Back rim, no good. Rebounded by Monache. Now 13 ticks to go. Whistle and a jump ball on the tie-up at the key. It'll be Monache ball. Possession arrow, that's where it's pointing. Monache fans not liking it. They were looking for a foul, but it's fortunate enough that they get to keep the ball here in this last possession.
Yeah, that collision there by Valdez and Pilkington definitely could have warranted a foul, but the referee saw different. And here you're going to have Monache with a possession.
Pilkington now crossing half court, 10 seconds ago and counting. Pilkington now moves over far side. Fadeaway jumper, hits the backboard, no good, but with her own rebound, draws the foul on the lay-in attempt. It'll go against Priscilla Wright underneath the basket. That's her second. 1.3 to go in this first half.
Number 12, Priscilla Wright picks up.
A chance to make it a 13-point game, a 5-possession game at that.
And I tell you that for the Rangers, you got to go in thinking we got to put a stop, A, to the momentum that has been stolen from us, I should say, by the Marauders, and B, kind of find our comfort zone, because it just doesn't look on either end of this court that they're having fun out there or even playing their type of ball game.
First free throw by Pilkington, no good. Second one falls true, 36-24 on 1.3 to go. On the inbound pass, they're just going to let the time tick down to 0, and I'm telling you, it was a 22-21 Monache lead with about 3:30 to go, but when Redwood finally got the ball at their own end, it pushed up to an 11-point lead, and that's how Monache took over this game. They lead by 12 at the break, 36-24. 10 minutes to go before the second half goes. Will begin here alongside Alcaraz. Manny Nunez here making the call in the CIF Central Section Division II Championships between Monache and Redwood. Stick around, folks. Second half underway in just a few.
3:16 left to go in this ball game. I formation, 3rd and 3 from the 45 of the Wolverines. And this time, holy cow! Dion almost hands it to the Westview player. He's going to run this to the 5-10. Touchdown, Wolverines! How did that happen? That was
Snyder.
Holy cow! He was in the backfield before the running back could even get the handoff. He took the handoff from
He
Dion.
took the ball right out of Dion's hands and just
Holy cow!
can't say I've seen that one very often.
Snyder comes shooting in from the A-gap. I think Dion froze when he saw him. He's ready to hand off to his running back. He froze when he saw him and just let him have the ball. 12 seconds to go.
Oh, you could hear a pin drop.
5, 4, 3, 2. Get the snap off. Last play of the game. Brewster rolls right. Gets away from 2 sacks. Dons win. Sack at the 20-yard line. What a game.
And number 40, Lucas Zinder with the game-saving sack. And there is heartbreak on one sideline and a jubilation on another.
Offset eye for the Grizzlies as Keeney takes it under center. They'll send a man in motion, pitch back to Bird on the sweep. Bird finds a seam. He might go, folks. 20, 15, 10. Drags a tackler. Touchdown! Bird goes 38 yards for the touchdown on the sweep. One more snap is all it's going to take, and there you have it, folks. Your 2011 Division I Sac Joaquin section champions, the Granite Bay Grizzlies, as they defeat Pleasant Grove 30-24.
Jacqueline Williamson. Her serve is over. Dug by Holt. Giblin going back to Holt near side. Cut shot, kept alive, back in one by Cathedral. And this one is out as Castanon Hill sends it wide. And the Cathedral Dons have won the title 16-14 in Game 5.
Thomas with the ball, swings it out to Norris. Cameron Taylor tried to block that one away. Norris with a strong take, blocked by B.J. Anya. Huge block. Robinson leading the break the other way, gets it to Grant. Slam dunk Jeremy Grant off the feed from James Robinson. What a play by the Stag.
Hancock to his immediate left. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Hancock on a counter, right side. He's inside the 10. He bounces off a tackler at the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Helix. And behind Hancock, the field is littered with white jerseys on the turf. Wow.
Hancock not to be outdone by his fellow playmakers on offense. Put on a show on that short 12-yard touchdown run. Looked like he was down after 3 yards, just threw a defender on the ground.
As sophomore Chris Carter steps under center in their tight wing formation. Lycos in motion. Second back through is Freeman. Freeman just knocking people over. Look at him run. Breaks through. 4 tackles. And now it's just a foot race to the end zone. And Freeman's going to go the distance. Touchdown Imperial on the first play of the second half. 2nd and 6 for Imperial from their own 47. They're going to give it to Freeman again off the left side. And Freeman gets by one wave and down across the 40-yard line. Still on his feet. Look at him run down to the 20-yard line. One man to beat. Gets by him. Touchdown Freeman. How did he do that? Holy cow. 64-yard touchdown run. His 5th of the game. Royce Freeman, ladies and gentlemen, you're about to see the top rushing and the as I look over to our partners at KXO Radio, the top rusher in the San Diego section for the next 2 years.
That's just amazing. That is just amazing. They hit him in the backfield. They hit him at the line of scrimmage. They hit him a couple yards downfield. They hit him again near the goal line.
No 5-second count can be started. Nobody was close enough defensively. Lyle's going to swing left side. Robinson. Here is a backdoor lob for Grant. They've been wanting that all game. And they got it, 50-42. They lulled you to sleep, and then they hit Grant on the back door.
They trail by 2. McMorrow's kick is on the way, and it is good. St. Augustine has their first lead of the game, 21-20 with 25 seconds to play. The senior McMorrow with a huge kick, not the longest of his career, but the biggest of his career. St. Augustine leads it 21 to
already lining up. They won't even have to run that one more play. They just acquiesce.
Why bother?
So there you have it. Your 5-time defending Division III champions, the Cathedral Catholic Dons, running up, over, and through Olympian 41-0 here from Qualcomm Stadium.
Patriots down 21-17. Great ball game here. Dillon taking it, looking right, throwing it up top to Gaines. It will be caught by Gaines. Oh my goodness. It looked like the defender had it, but Gaines stole it away from him. Jason Gaines, are you kidding me, my friend? Oh boy. It looked like for sure we had an interception by the Tories, but as they both were going to the ground, Jason Gaines just wrestled it away from him. Shane Dillon to Jason Gaines on an 11-yard play.
Fanchen in the game, now out, replaced by Hayashi, the libero for defense. Wenzel serve, championship point, ball up in the air. Hayashi's going to bring it back. Richards, deep one, over and 3. Free opportunity, look for Wallace, no, they go Becker. Hayashi, then tap over and 2 by Hollingsworth. Now look for Wallace for the match.
Kathleen Wallace, no better way for the Bulls to finish it than giving it to their senior leader.
25-12, 25-15, and with 8 straight points to close out their 3rd straight D5 championship on a kill by Kathleen Wallace, 25-21 in Game 3. Branson has won the D5 title.
To the backfield, it's Hernandez and Northcutt. Set to throw is Thomas, has time, goes for the home run. It's intercepted in the end zone. Seemed like they tried to go to Martin, and Martin slipped. Stockton, Hilmar, and Escalon. That's going to do it, folks. Victory formation, take a kneel. The clock comes out. The clock will tick down. The players jumping up at midfield. I think I see a Gatorade. Did we have a Gatorade shower?
We most certainly did. Casey Taylor getting the shower there. Very much deserved.
Down to 12.
Great tackle there by Ronald Williams there to make the stop for Helix.
And the Helix fans are starting to celebrate here. This is going to be the final play. 5 seconds. Pow will hand it off. And they're going to get in the end zone. Touchdown. That's Keegan who gets in, but that's going to be the end of the ball game. 44-0
to 6 will be the score. So Oceanside scores on the final play of the ball game.
And gets a consolation prize just to make this is kind of say that, hey, we didn't get shut out.
So 44-6 is your score. And Helix is celebrating on the sideline. Oceanside streak of 7 straight championship games has been ended.
2 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock. Clock rolling, 3rd down and 15 for the Patriots. Dylan, he's got time, steps up. He's going to chuck it deep. He's got a man open. Seth Collins with a diving catch. He hauls it in at the 25. Oh, my goodness.
I'll tell you right there. Dylan goes to show why he is a Division I prospect as he's able to step up, elude the pressure, see Collins down the field, and make the connection. As I'll tell you right now, there has not been a bigger catch for Seth Collins this entire season.
Fans nervously wait on the far side. Trips right. Vernon, the lone receiver to the left. Troy Zine rolls right. Here we go. And he's going to be... Oh, he gets away, but can't get away from the second slew. Vacaville takes over on downs, and the crowd erupts. So does the sideline. Got to watch it. Got to watch the sideline here.
Yeah,
Remember,
really
they were up
stepped
35-26. 2 unanswered touchdowns. That's going to do it, folks. Your 2011 Division II Sac Joaquin Section champions, the Vacaville Bulldogs. They win 39-35 in a
3rd and 4 from the 24-yard line. If this kick is made, I think...
Ed Alcaraz, Man Union is making the call in the Division II Girls Central Section Championships. Monache on top of Redwood, 36-24. Third quarter about to go underway, and as you saw in that first half, if you're just joining us, an 8-point swing that went from 22-21 to 29-21, and by that time it was basically Monache forcing an 8-point huge gap, and Redwood finally crossed the court as they were down by 1, down by 8 at that point. And since then, Monache has not looked back, bringing back the four-court press, even though they were in foul trouble. And since then, they have really just taken control of this entire game from the second quarter on.
I tell you what is a 12-point deficit could very easily, without that swing, we could have a tie ball game, or even down by 2. But the momentum to close out that first half was just amazing by Monache.
And there's a kick-out pass from Hardin down to Toby, laying it up and good. Back to 14, biggest of the night, 38-24. And that's the thing here. You look at Monache, they're coming in well-experienced, defending their title from last year, defeating Yosemite. And it's been kind of the trend here in the Central Section Championships. 2 teams prior to that, Central Valley and Fresno Pacific, who came in defending their titles as well, they ended up winning. So, and that's how if you look at our first game, the team that ended up falling down was Kings Christian. They had a lead going into that second quarter. Central Valley came up, pretty much took the lead, brought it up to double digits, and did not look back since. Monache kind of doing the same thing. They were down going into that second quarter, brought back what they did best, and pretty much worked on the full court press, even though they were in foul trouble. And since then, they pushed up to double digits as well.
Well, for the most part of the first quarter, even leading into the second quarter, they were just kind of exchanging punches, kind of feeling each other out there to see, who was going to make the first mistake. When both teams kind of got into foul trouble, they were both pretty evenly matched up in that category. And then just that 8-point swing right there, that was the major haymaker that put the Rangers on the canvas there and has caused this deficit that is now reached 14 points here with 7 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Right on the layup, up and no good. Picked up by Monache. A layup chance there, blocked away from Gisela Dildelau. It'll be an inbound pass on the baseline for Monache. 6:53 to go, just underway here in this third quarter. Monache on top by 14. Top of the key pass down to Alcantar. Now a long 3-ball, front rim, no good. Rebounded though by Hardin, tangled up. Whistle and a jump ball. She actually escaped it. There wasn't really much of a tangle, but the referees, I guess, up on the far sideline saw that there was a little bit of a commotion. Had to make the whistle.
Here you go. You've got Monache retaining possession here.
There's an open pass on the baseline. Ball stripped away though by Pacheco. A whistle and another foul called this time against Monache.
Say the foul right there was on Montgomery.
Number 5, Selena Montgomery picks up her second.
That'll be her second.
Yeah, that'll be her second there. So you've got the Rangers here down by 14. Not only looking to put a dent in this deficit, but also trying to swing that momentum back in their favor.
Going on the fast break, Jordan Surface all by herself, but took too long to take the layup. Ball goes out of, or ball, she draws the foul nonetheless. Surface will go to the line here for 2. The foul will be called against number 23. That'll be her third. So now she's already put herself into foul trouble. First free throw by Surface up and good.
And Surface that was able to get away from those 2 defenders. As you mentioned, just a little bit, taking a little bit of a, too much of a delay there and getting the ball swatted away and drawing the foul.
38-26, both free throws up and good. 6:30 to go here in this third quarter. Near side pass, 3 ball by Montgomery, back rim, no good. Rebounded by Turley here of Redwood. Going all by herself this time, laying it up on the jumper, no good. Rebounded by Hardin of Monache.
Just a little bit too hard off the glass there. She drove the lane, looking pretty good, but makeable shot, but just like I said, it's just a little bit too hard. Didn't go down.
Pilkington trying to go around Turley on the play, but instead goes out of bounds, but it's off the hands of Jordan Surface. Ball inbounded here for Monache. Bounce pass down to Pilkington, fights over 3 Redwood defenders. Whistle and a jump ball call. She tried to go for the layup, but the possession error points to Redwood. Big chance here for Redwood to cut it to 10 on this offensive play. Turley crosses the timeline, finds an open lane up inside the key, a layup, whistle and a foul as the fall does not go in, as the shot does not go in.
There you go. Turley seems to be kind of taking the lead here for this Redwood team, as we expected going into the game that she was going to be the go-to. Looking to find a rhythm on these last 2 drives.
38-26, a 3 ball there by Antonovich, no good. Loose ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Redwood. 4 fouls already for Monache here in this third quarter. Kind of the same story as we saw in the first quarter, as they put Redwood at the line early, 5 minutes into the game. But ever since after they picked up that 6th foul, they kind of let loose a little bit, and it was pretty much the calm before the storm, picking up a bunch of steals and making this game wide open for the Marauders. On the steal attempt by Redwood, goes out of bounds. Ball inbounded here from Monache at the baseline.
Antonovich there able to get her hand on the ball, although the Marauders were able to keep possession.
There's a kick-out pass from Pilkington down to Montgomery. Shot no good. Rebounded by Turley. Turley gets tangled up and gets right through the 2 defenders of Monache. Trying to go coast to coast. A layup chance in front of the defender. No good, but a whistle and another foul.
I tell you, you're starting to see the theme there. Turley just driving the lane, and she's gonna, if you're in the way, she's gonna take you with her. But unfortunately, on all 3 of the last 3 possessions on her drives, didn't result in any points off the glass.
The foul's picked up by Janae Alcantar, and that's her third. And already, if you look at this, 4 players from Monache are in foul trouble. And that's 4 of their 5 playing as starters. And that's kind of a big deal there. Both free throws, though, go up and no good. Already 5 team fouls from Monache here in this third quarter. Not even 3 minutes in. Tangled up there on the play. Whistle, ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Valdez of Redwood. Monache fans looking for the foul, as they were thinking Valdez winning on the reach. They're not happy about that call, but they'll take the out-of-bounds call anyway. Correction, actually will be a foul nonetheless. They were pointing one out of bounds, but it'll be a foul on Valdez nonetheless. That's her second. Going coast to coast, though, on the play is Carissa Turley. Cuts the lead down from Monache to 10, 38-28.
And maybe coming out of the locker room, and part of that speech was, let's try, seeing as how the theme for the first half was foul, foul, foul. Maybe they're kind of just, letting go of the reins for Turley.
Ball up loose again. Another whistle and a foul. I think this time it will be against Redwood. Yes, it will. Ball went loose in the play, and colliding on that was a few Redwood players. That'll be the second team foul here for the Rangers.
I think that's a good fitting name there, huh? The Redwood Rangers.
Yeah, it definitely matches up, huh? Flows very well through the tongue. Alcaraz with the ball, a long two, back rim, no good. Rebounded by Surface. Now with the ball is Turley. Crossing half court now, up on the far side. Gets through double team, but the ball is stripped away. Here comes Alcaraz all by herself, laying it up off the glass, and that'll go in. Back up to 12, 40-28. The beautiful kiss off the glass and good.
There you go.
4:10 to go here in this third quarter. Turley, leading jumper, no good, but she gets her arm hit. That'll be another foul here from Monache. Now, this time, a little bit quicker in the process. 3 minutes and 53 seconds in. Monache has put Redwood in the bonus.
And if this was one of the tactics that they were looking to do, it's definitely working. But the last time she was at the line, she wasn't able to sink either one of the free throws. There, she's able to pick up one. You got to capitalize on the opportunities that are being given to you, especially as time ticks away here in this championship game.
Yeah, Montgomery gets called for the foul, and that's her third now. 5 players, all of which are starters, have put themselves in foul trouble with 3 fouls each. Second free throw up and no good. See the score on the bottom of your screen, 40-29. 4 minutes exactly to go here in this third quarter. A 3 ball by Alcaraz. Bingo! Biggest lead of the night here, 43-29. Pacheco with the ball. Inside the key, laying it up, back rim, and finds the bucket. Back down to 12, 43-31, 3:40 to go. Harden now slowing things down here for Monache's offense. Finds a lane out, stops off. Top of the key, here's Williams. Williams finds Alcaraz, a leaning jumper at the corner of the key, up and good. A whistle and a timeout called here by Monache. It'll be a full one, 45-31, 3:23 to go here in the Division II Central Section Championships between Monache and Redwood.
KBCSports.com and the Play on Sports Network showcase great high school games every week. And now you can access our content using multiple platforms. Follow us on Facebook, get the latest KBC and Play on News on Twitter, or catch our highlights in high definition on YouTube. All of our content can now link you to your favorite social media site. Share all of the high school action you see every week, brought to you by your home for high school sports, KBCSports.com and Play on Sports.
45-31 lead here in this third quarter with 3:23 to go. Kind of been going back and forth in a way. As we talked about before this broadcast, we felt like it might have been kind of a pinball game, and it has been in a way. Again, Monache averaging around 23 steals per game, and though they haven't gotten a whole lot of it, most of the steals that they've gotten have been to their advantage. They've picked up at least 16 points off of turnovers.
And this is something that it hasn't been a reoccurring thing because both sides have been sloppy as far as throughout this game. There hasn't been consistency aside from that large 8-point swing that we did see. Both sides have not really found their rhythm. The one thing that we have noticed in the second half is that Turley is definitely going to take this Monache defense to task.
Turley with the ball, trying to escape the full court press. Now with it is Gutierrez. Gutierrez gets tangled up. Correction, it was Bogan. Bogan back down to Turley. Turley on the far side tries to find Pacheco on the top of the key. A 6-foot jumper gets the kiss off the glass on the front rim and in. Back down to 12 with 3 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Crossing the timeline is Harden. Harden trying to take it herself. Draws the foul against Surface. That'll be her third. And that will put Harden at the line for 2.
We seem to have a lot of people teetering for both sides on that dangerous level of being taken out of the ball game for fear of fouling out.
Harden here at the line. First free throw up and good. Checking back in. Haven't seen her in a while. Taylor Carter. She's been one of the few players that's been clean on fouls. Hasn't picked one yet. second free throw on the way and hits the front rim, no good. Rebounded by Hurley. Under 3 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Monache on top by 13. Now against the double team. Cross-court pass down to Bogan. Bogan trying to find a lane, but instead runs into Monache, a Monache player. It'll be another foul called here against the Marauders.
And that seems to be a new name, fresh face that's been brought into the game, and Brianna Bogan, the junior guard. And let's see if she has any luck getting onto the stat sheet points-wise.
Brianna Bogan at the line here shooting two. It was a shot attempt, so it won't be a one-on-one situation. First free throw, back rim, no good. You know, you have nearly 10 minutes to maybe draw fouls and get to the line. If you can get a stop here and there, second free throw, no good. Out of bounds off the hands of Harden on the rebound attempt. It will be a Redwood ball. Again, you have 10 minutes to maybe get to the line a couple more times, but you have to make your free throws if you want to cut this lead down to single digits. A layup chance there by Carter. Beautifully done, 46-35. Under 2:30 to go. Alcaraz all by herself on the long pass. Going on the layup, but no good. On the block attempt was Bogan. She'll get the whistle. That'll be her first. Alcaraz at the line here, shooting two. Alcantara at the line here for two shots. First free throw falls in. It's now a 12-point game, 47-35. Alcantara ready to go. Looks up, second free throw, goes in and out. No good, rebounded by Hurley. Turley kicks it over down to Bogan. Bogan trying to go all by herself, but steps out of bounds as she lost control, trying to get through the Monache defense.
And there, the kind of things with time running down. You got 10 minutes and 17 seconds total left in this ball game. You can't afford to give Monache any more opportunities than they already are creating for themselves.
Harden trying to find Toby, but Toby wasn't ready for the pass. The ball goes out of bounds up near the sideline at the Monache bench. 2:13 to go here in this third quarter. Turley on the inbound pass. Almost a 5-second call, but instead finally finds Pacheco on the play. Pacheco back down to Turley, into two Monache defenders. Kick out pass down, almost stolen away there by Surface. Surface trying to take it over. Laying it up, finds the bucket. Back down to a 10-point deficit with under 2 to go here in this third quarter.
You gotta like what Jordan Surface was able to do right there. Just cutting right down the middle of the lane and throwing it up for two.
A kick out pass to Alcantara. Jumper up and good. 49-37, 1:40 to go. Turley now with the ball, back down to Bogan. Bogan now speeding things up, trying to go all by herself, laying it up, finger roll, no good. Rebounded by Carter. A steal attempt there by Harden. She's got a wide open lane, laying it up, and that'll go in. Back to a 14-point game here with 1:20 to go in the third. Pacheco trying to find a way to cross the timeline and does. Kicks it over to Surface on the near side. Just outside the perimeter. Ball now stripped away and picking up the steal is Toby.
Trying to get the pass inside there, unable to do it, giving the ball back to the Marauders.
Alcantara finds Harden, beautifully done, laying it up, and how about that? I will give her a couple of style points there. That was pretty much no look, a swing pass down to Harden, finds an open lane up and good.
And the reward is 2 points on that one.
Yes, it is. So she gets 2 points on the bucket and another 10 on the style play. Another steal here for Monache. First layup by Toby, no good, but on the putback is Harden. 18-point game now, 55-37. Might be a 5-second call, just escaped it there. Turley now with the ball, finds Bogan. Bogan now finds a lane, crosses the timeline. At the top of the key, now moves over inside, tries to kick it over to Carter, but ball is stripped away. Alcantara outside the perimeter on the far side. Tries to find a lane, a jumper, 10 feet, no good. Falling hard on the play was Pacheco on the rebound. Very slow to get up. She got tangled on the play against Emily Harden on the play attempt. And now the trainers are coming out to see if she's all right. She fell really hard on, I believe, on her shoulder blade. She kind of stuck her shoulder blade out, and I think that's what she's favoring right now, either a shoulder blade or maybe the top of their back. But nonetheless, it was a very hard fall that, we heard all the way up from the top of the booth here.
Yeah, I tell you, that was a very bad sounding thud, as she was pretty much tabletop when she landed from at least a few feet off of her feet. She's still on the floor here, being tended to by the trainer.
We'll let the trainers look over Pacheco as we'll take our timeout here. End of the third quarter, Monache on top of Redwood, 55-37 here in the Division II Girls Central Section Championships on CIFCentral.tv.
Need a highlight video for your athlete working to earn a 4-year scholarship? Then you want to contact kbcsports.com. We can provide recruiting video for any athlete in any sport. Not only that, but we can give you your own recruiting page right on our website. No more mailing DVDs to colleges. Instead, email coaches the link to your personal page. For more information, including pricing, contact us at recruits@kbcsports.com. Or give us a call, 619-677-3246. Catch the best of the Central section on CIFCentral.tv. You can watch a replay of today's game after each one concludes. Plus, check out game highlights, player of the game interviews, and more. Or order a DVD or Blu-ray disc of the game. We're your home for basketball in the Central section, CIFCentral.tv.
Still got one more game on tap. It'll be Tulare Union taking on San Joaquin Memorial. It'll be yours truly, Brian Philbin and Manny Nunez making the call in the final game of a 4-game Friday extravaganza here on CIFCentral.tv. Monache with the ball on the inbound. If you're wondering too, Pacheco is okay. She got up all by herself on her own 2 feet, and she's actually on the bench right now, resting up for a little bit. On the shot attempt, no good. Picked up here on the rebound is Redwood. A whistle and a tangled up, and it'll be a foul called against Monache.
That'll be Gutierrez, Alexis Gutierrez, the senior guard there, going to the foul line to try to cut into this lead here of 18 for the Marauders.
Foul was picked up on number 12, Janae Alcantar. That's her 4th. That's the 18th foul here from Monache. I don't know at this point if any foul trouble would be an issue for Monache. If maybe Redwood can cut it to 10 points within the first 3 or 4 minutes, but really it's been all Monache since the second quarter on.
I tell you what, the Marauders haven't looked back either.
Oh, there's a great steal attempt, but ball saved away. Redwood, or Monache now with the ball. Up on the far side, trying to get through the double team is Alcantar. Friction, it was Dual-Delau on the far side. A whistle and a timeout. It was Dual-Delau. Looked at the referee and wanted a timeout signal there. 55-38, a quick timeout call. We will keep it right here. 7:27 to go here in this 4th and final quarter. And, again, as we've been talking about this entire broadcast, the story of this whole Friday extravaganza of basketball is teams defending their title and really doing it in such fashion. The previous games, Central Valley Christian taking on Kings Christian in their first game. They ended up winning their back-to-back title. And then also Fresno Christian, a big blowout over Layton. This time around, it just seems as if experience getting to this point here to Selland Arena has been really the deciding factor in these first 3 games.
And that's part of it. The other part of it is to sell your team going into the new season. This is where we were. This is where we can be again. You're more than capable of doing it. And definitely both of these teams bought into it because they're here. They believe it. But as of right now, we see by a 55-38 score that the Marauders kind of believe it a little bit more as they're possibly heading to consecutive championships here in girls basketball.
Toby on the shot attempt. No, but a whistle and a foul against Redwood. First free throw up and good. It's now a 56-38 game with 7:13 to go in this 4th quarter. Second free throw hits the front of the rim. No good. Rebounded by Carter. Turley now with the ball. Lost control of it. Harden kicks it over to Pilkinson. Laying it up. Rims in and out. No good. A whistle and a loose ball foul called against Duldalau, and that's her 4th.
So I guess some of these girls were probably thinking, I want to be on the court when this game's over. Some of them may be shown a chair prior to the 7:01 that's left on the clock concludes.
Turley at the line here shooting 2, and really I'm a little bit baffled by the way Monache has played. I mean they got a big lead, but as I look at the foul columns here, you have 2 players who have already picked up 4 fouls. You got another 3 that have picked up 3 fouls each, and they're all 5 of the which are starters. So, and I look at the score, and they're up 17 right now. I mean, it's really just quite amazing. First of all, how Redwood is not kind of taking their advantage of the free throws, but at the same time, this full court press has really kind of been to their advantage here for Monache. There's a great steal there by Priscilla Wright, getting in front of the pass there. Up on the near side, kicks it over to Turley. 6:45 to go, now moves over to the top of the key. Cross-court pass down to Antunovic. Trying to go into Priscilla Wright. Wright going on the layup, no good. Loose ball, Carter now with the ball. Gets the ball stripped away, gets on top of it. Second chance opportunity, up and good. Taylor Carter fighting over the defense, cuts the lead down to 15, 56-41.
Gotta like the way she kind of maneuvered and waited and found her shot. Was able to put it up and pick up 2 there for the Rangers.
Layup there by Duldalau, no good. A 3-ball by Casey Williams, bingo. Pushes the lead back to 18, 59-41. And that might just put the dagger here on the coffin.
I tell you, welcome to the score sheet. Casey Williams with a big 3.
Turley there with the 6-foot jumper up and good. Cuts the lead to 16, 59-43. 5:45 to go here in this 4th quarter. Harden, far side, laying it up. Back rim and in. Now going back and forth here, pushing the lead back up to 18. 5:35 to go. Really, Monache's not letting up here on defense. A great steal opportunity there by Duldalau, but a whistle and I believe it will be a foul. It'll be 2 shots here for Redwood.
And just as I was getting ready to say before that foul was committed, we've been kind of foul free, and there's been a flow to this game. We're going back and forth up and down the court, and of course a whistle interrupts that, which has pretty much been the theme here throughout this ball game.
Duldalau picks up her 4th foul of the night. First free throw up and good. Taking the foul shots is Priscilla Wright. Duldalau checks out as Alcantar checks back in. She comes in with 4 fouls. Second free throw, back rim, and that finds the bucket. Back down to a 16-point lead for Monache, 5:32 to go and counting. Almost lost her up on the corner. Great pressure there, but Monache gets loose. Alcantar laying it up, no good. Looking for a whistle, no. Here comes Redwood on the fast break, another whistle, and it'll be another foul this time against Monache. This game is, I would say at this point, far from over. I did say the dagger was made there by the 3-ball from Casey Williams, but I think if Redwood can keep picking up the fouls here, that stops the clock and you can get free points here.
16-point deficit with over 5 minutes to go here. It's still a possibility, kind of a remote possibility, but still a possibility nonetheless.
But it's a possibility if you can make your free throws, and that's what Valdez did not do on the first chance. First free throw up and no good. Looks up, Valdez ready for his second free throw. Back fence the front rim and no good. Rebounded by Harden here at Monache. On top by 16. Harden lost the ball, tries to kick it over to Alcantar. Instead, found a sea of white up on the bench. Redwood gets the ball on the turnover.
We have Turley bringing the ball in here.
Turley now kicks it over, Valdez. And a steal there by Alcantar. Alcantar over to Pilkington, laying it up and good. 63-45. Valdez now crossing half court on the near side. Kicks it over to Priscilla Wright, laying it up and good. 63-47, a whistle and a timeout, a full one here, called by Jason Black.
And as a kind of going over the stat sheet, as we're looking for Redwood here on the offensive side, of course it's been Carissa Turley for the most point, handling the ball and getting the most shots and the most points for the Rangers. But looking over here at Monache, you've got Alcantar in double digits. You've got Emily Harden in double digits. You've got Pilkington in double digits. You've got 3 players who have pretty much provided the offense, but that's not to say we've got 3 different players that have drained threes here for Monache. So the offense, it's been spread around, even though that you've got 3 players that are in double digits. We've seen multiple players get their hands on the basketball and take shots, which goes to show that the coaches have confidence in setting up this offense on who maybe the roster from 1 to 8, maybe not necessarily from 1 to 12, that they're confident in allowing them to put up a shot.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Monache too. I mean, you can give the ball to pretty much anybody, and they can either score at will, or they can pretty much reset the tone to maybe get a couple of assists here and there. But you look at Alcantar; she's got a good bunch of points again. That big one on that 4-point opportunity on the 3 ball. I would really say that she's really done most. Not most of the work, but she's been really kind of, without her, I don't think this lead would Monache would still lead here, but I don't think it would be this big if without Alcantar's tremendous effort.
I tell you, and she's everything that was advertised going into the ball game as a force to be reckoned with here for the Marauders.
Harden out with the ball, 4:40 and counting to go in this 4th and final quarter. Montgomery with it, kicks it over to Toby. Shot up and good. 3 feet away from the basket. 4:30 to go in this final quarter, with the Marauders on top by 18. Tangled up a whistle and a jump ball possession error pointing to Redwood. And really, even though Monache is on top by 18, if they're up by 1 or 100, you can just tell that this team is not going to let go. And there's a stick-out steal there from Pilkington, going all by herself, kicks it over to Alcantar. She'll back away to reset the offense. 4:10 to go in this final quarter. Pilkington with the ball, pressured by Turley. Back down to Toby. Shot from about 15 feet away, no good. Rebounded by Redwood. Another tangle up. Alcantar, though, backed away. Instead, she'll try to throw the body up. 3:50 to go here, 18 on the shot clock. Trying to go coast to coast, and the play was Redwood. Another tangle up a whistle and a foul.
And I tell you what, that one looked more out of frustration than anything. As the reality is kind of starting to set in here, down by 18 with under 4 minutes to go. Priscilla right there.
And the foul was picked up by Janae Alcantar. She has fouled out. That was her 5th foul. Correction, it was on. Yes, it was on Alcantar. But it'll be a bit inbound here from Monache. So she's done for the afternoon. Or correction, actually, Alcantar is back on the bench, or back on the court.
Priscilla right there for the Rangers. That's fouled out.
Alcantar, speaking of, took the jumper up and good. Loose ball on the near side, inside Monache's zone, goes out of bounds. Alcantar getting in front of the ball.
You got Alcantar, the way it's standing right now, at 23 points. For the most part, what's made this this Marauders train go.
Valdez with it, but a whistle and an offensive foul away from the ball. Monache back on top of it, and all by herself this time on the inbound pass is Montgomery laying it up off the glass, and that'll go in to a 22-point lead, 69-47. And another steal by Pilkington, but it'll be a jump ball. But the possession error points to Monache. 3:05 to go.
As the lead has grown to 22. You would think the Marauders would try to just spread it out a little bit more, just maybe take their time and milk the shot clock.
Pilkington kicks it over to Alcantar. Tries to find a lay and a whistle, and a pushing foul called against Antonovich.
And there you're able to see that elbow just kind of get in a little bit too much and a little too hard for the referee's liking.
Correction, the foul was called against Tanya Valdez, and actually she picked up her 5th foul, so she's done for the night.
To the free throw line,
At the line here for 1-1 will be the player of the night, Janae Alcantar.
And I tell you, Tanya Valdez is a big part of this Redwood team. She buried a 3 earlier on in the ball game, and we pretty much haven't heard from her on the offensive side. So she fouls out with 3 points. And in addition, she really wasn't much of a factor, or as much as I think Coach Black would have liked for her to have been a factor in this ball game. And now she fouls out to kind of add insult to injury, as now they're up 24 points here with under 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, this has become quite a feat here from Monache. Most likely have defended their title here. Again, a win over Yosemite, this time a blowout against Redwood. Going coast to coast here is Alexandria Toby. A whistle, though, and another foul here called against Redwood on the layup attempt from Toby.
That one looks to be on Jordan Surface there.
For Surface, that will be her 4th personal, 8th team foul for the Rangers. First free throw by Toby, front rim, no good. Checking in now will be Jess Robertson. She'll see some action for Redwood.
Maybe she can bring this score up to a little bit more of a respectable deficit.
Second free throw up there by Toby, up and good. It's now a 25-point ball game. Another steal here for Monache. Jumper by Alcantar, up and good. Now it's at 27, 74-47. 2:20 to go. A layup there, front rim, no good. Picked up by Pilkington of Monache. Another whistle and another foul, this time called against Jordan Surface, and she's done for the night. That's her 5th. So it's kind of turned the tables around here, as you saw. Monache getting in foul trouble. This time around, Redwood has already seen 2 players foul out. Pilkington at the line, shooting 1-1 here. It's a 19th foul for Redwood. First free throw. That goes in. It's down to 29. Stay tuned, folks. It'll be the Division II finals between the men's finals, between Tulare Union and San Joaquin Memorial. Tulare Union coming in 28-4. San Joaquin Memorial at 22-8. Here on CIFCentral.tv, it'll be Brian Vilvin and Manny Nunez here making the call. Another steal here from Monache. Trying to go coast to coast, laying it up. Ball is blocked. Second chance there by Baldwin. Doesn't fall true. Redwood now with the ball, and another steal, this time by Desiree Goray. A layup, beautifully done by Tara Patterson, up and good. It's now at 30, 77-47, with about 100 seconds exactly to go in this 4th quarter. 3 ball on the way by Antonovich, back rim no good. Letting the ball go out of bounds is Casey Williams. It'll be an inbound pass here from Monache on the shot.
So we got a 30-point deficit here in favor of the Marauders. You're going to start seeing a little bit of subbing out, maybe getting some of these kids a little bit of court time.
The Monache fans on their feet on the student section on our left side. Another steal here by Gutierrez, laying it up, no good. Ball is loose, picked up by Monache. 1:12 to go before the party begins here for Monache. Defending their title, going back-to-back. They are the 3rd team here already in this Friday extravaganza that have defended their title, winning back-to-back titles. Kick out pass inside the key, down to Baldwin, laying it up good. A 32-point lead. 50 seconds to go. Carter with the ball. Crossing the timeline is Robertson. Robertson down to Carter, a 3 ball on the way from Antonovich. Air ball, no good. Loose ball now tangled up near the baseline. A jump ball called. Possession arrow pointing to Redwood. Been quite a fun night here inside Selland Arena. They're Monache, the third team to defend their title, going back-to-back. And this time in a sheer blowout. 79-47 the score. 3-ball taken by Antonovich up, and bingo. Lead down to 29 for Monache, 79-50. Shot clock is off with about 20 seconds to go. Though Redwood not letting up on defense. Now the clock reads at 15, 13, 12. Ball being moved around here. But nonetheless, Monache has been here before. Fans taking it down 1-0. Back-to-back titles here for the Monache Marauders. 79-50 the final score over the Redwood Rangers. And you can thank a valiant effort. I believe our player of the game will be Janae Alcantar. Again, picking up 16 total points, but you look back in that second quarter when she launched up a 3-ball, falls on the ground, draws the foul, and then went nothing but the bottom of the net. And really it was, I think, that 4-point play that pretty much gave the entire momentum into Monache's side.
And just kind of looking from that point on, the scoring just came at a constant pace for Monache just to be able to score, picking up the loose balls, getting the steals, the ill-advised passes, everything that just kind of broke apart for the most part for the Rangers. Evident in the score here is they end up losing by 29 to the consecutive championships now for Monache.
For Redwood, you cannot take away what they've done. Jason Black coming in, taking over this program in his first year as head coach. And I don't know a lot of head coaches who come in their first year and can do such, basically turn the program around in in less than a season. So with these players, most of these players, about a quarter of them are seniors, but a lot of them juniors and sophomores. It won't be surprising. I know this kind of sounds cliche, but with a lot of experience that these players have seen so far, it would not be surprising if they can take this as kind of a learning season and understand that, hey, we've been here before. There's no reason why we can't do it again.
And that's what you've got to preach. That's what you've got to try to sell to the incoming players that are coming in. And you got to give credit to the seniors here that were able to kind of teach what they had done from last season into this season. The continuity was there, and let's see if they're able to keep it going for the 2012-2013 season.
Stay tuned, folks. In just a little bit, in about 25 minutes or so, it'll be Tulare Union taking on San Joaquin Memorial with Brian Vill and Manny Nunez making the call for Ed Alcaraz. Manny Nunez here in this one. Final score, it was Monache over Redwood by a final of 79-50. Stay tuned, folks. In about 25 minutes, it'll be the final game of a 4-game extravaganza in the Division II Boys Central Section Final. Good evening, everybody, and we'll see you back in about 25 minutes.